G'day guys, my name's Dave from DT Unboxed, and in this video I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review of the Chili Sleep OOLER. Now this particular model is the king size version and it's the Wii version, so it can be controlled on both sides of the bed. So if you and your partner like different temperatures, then you can adjust them accordingly. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing so you can see exactly what you get in the package, and then I'm going to set it up on the bed, take a few weeks to sleep on it. Summer's here in Australia now, so I'll put it through its paces in the Australian heat to see how it goes, and then I'll come back with my thoughts and final recommendations. Full disclaimer, I paid full price for this OOLER, so it was not sent to me. I am not getting paid for this review. So let's open up the box and see what's inside. Okay, so at the top here we've got just the OOLER quick start guide. So this first package appears to be the Chili mesh. So this is what goes onto the mattress, I'm pretty sure. Now on first touch, you can definitely feel the tubes that are in this mesh. So yeah, it's interesting. It remains to be seen how comfortable it will be to actually sleep on. But I imagine you just get used to it. So this is the king size version, of course. So I'll just put that aside. It's handy that these smaller boxes have straps so you can just pull it out from the main box. So there's the control unit. Looks fairly nice. It's a solid build quality as well on first impressions. Doesn't feel too cheap or anything like that. We've got an instruction manual, just a standard kettle cable for the power, and this little plastic tube. So that's all that's in that box. And for the second box, we have pretty much the exact same thing. So that's everything that was in the box. Pretty simple. We just have the Chili mesh, the two control units, power cables, and these little plastic connectors. Now I'm gonna go off and set it up. Okay, so me and my wife have now been using the Chilipad OOLER for about 2 months, and overall, I have to say I'm really happy with the product and I have not regretted the purchase one bit. So I'm gonna quickly run you through the unit itself, how to set it up, and the smartphone app, and then I'll be running through my full review. I'll talk about all the pros and cons and things that you should consider before buying the Chilipad OOLER. The setup process was really simple. You just put the Chilipad mesh onto your mattress and then connect the tubes coming out of the Chilipad mesh into the OOLER unit on either side of your bed. Plug in the power to the OOLER units, and then all you need to do is fill up the unit with water. At that point, you're pretty much good to go. So the setup process is really simple, and then you can put your own bed sheets on top of the Chilipad mesh. So let's take a quick look at how to actually use the unit. So this is the OOLER unit. To turn it on, you simply touch the on button. That's just showing that the Bluetooth has been enabled. In order to pair the Bluetooth, all you need to do is hold the on button for a few seconds and the Bluetooth will flash. And then you can just go into your smart device and pair it from that point. On the screen, you'll see the current temperature of the water in the unit and what the temperature has been set at. In order to change the temperature, you just use the plus and minus symbols to set your desired temperature. So that's everything for the unit itself. It's really simple to use, so you don't need the smart app in order to control the OOLER. Okay, so now I'll quickly run you through the accompanying app. You've got 3 main panels down the bottom: device, schedule, and settings. On the app, you can pair more than one unit to the app. So I've got Ness's side and Dave's side here. So you can control them individually from one app. Now the app pairs to the unit using Bluetooth. It's not Wi-Fi enabled, which I think is a little bit of a downside. There have been times in the middle of night where I want to, say for example, raise the temperature or lower it. In order to do so, I have to reach over and touch the buttons or grab my phone and adjust it there. But it'd be way better if I could just tell Alexa or Google to change the temperature. I think adding that feature really would have improved the functionality of this product overall. But anyway, through the app, you can turn it on, turn it off, and you can control the temperature like so. And then down the bottom, you can control whether it's silent, regular, or boost mode. Now on the schedule panel, what you can do is set a schedule to turn the OOLER on at a particular time and vary the temperature at different points throughout the night, which is really handy. So that's the schedule feature, which is pretty good. And once you have a good schedule set, then it's completely automated throughout the whole week and you don't have to think about it anymore. As I said earlier though, it does take a little bit of getting used to the mattress in order to figure out where your optimal temperature is. So that's the Smart app. It's pretty easy to use and pretty self-explanatory. Works via Bluetooth, so you have to be in the vicinity of the units for it to actually connect. But overall, it works pretty well, I've found. So after using the Chilipad OOLER for 2 months, what are my thoughts on this particular product? Well, as I mentioned before, overall, I'm really happy with it and I haven't regretted the purchase. I do believe that my sleep quality has improved as well. I find myself not waking up in the middle of the night as often, kicking off the covers or being too hot. So I think that's a real positive. Some nights I actually wake up thinking it might be too cold. So having said that, you do need to take some time to get used to the unit and figure out what temperature suits you best. I've certainly found that I like my side of the bed to be a bit warmer than what my wife prefers. She likes it to be as cold as possible and she's totally cool with that, whereas I need it to be a tiny bit warmer. The OOLER unit does have a really good temperature range. It goes from 13 degrees to 46 degrees Celsius. Now, when I first unboxed the unit and felt the tubes in the Chilipad mesh, I did think that might be an issue, but to be honest, it hasn't been an issue at all. Once you put it on the mattress, personally anyway, you can kind of feel it if you run your hands across the mesh, but lying on top of it, you can't feel it at all. And you will just get used to it and it'll feel very natural after a couple of nights sleep. Now, one thing that did happen whilst we were using this was we thought it was actually leaking the Chilipad mesh because we were seeing slight wet patches on our bed sheet along the tubes. But we looked into it and actually that was just a result of condensation. So if it is too humid in your environment and the Chilipad is set at a really low temperature, that's what's going to happen. It's just like if you get a really cold drink and you just put it on the table on a super hot and humid day, there'll be condensation around that water bottle. And a similar thing happens to the Chilipad OOLER. So that's one thing to note. If you do see a little bit of wetness along those tubes, it very well might be just condensation and not the tubes that are leaking. Now, the OOLER unit has 3 different power settings: silent, regular, and boost. Silent mode is obviously the quietest, but it will cool your mattress at the slowest rate. And then you have boost, which will cool your mattress at the fastest rate, but it will be the loudest, of course. Now, even though it's termed silent, it actually isn't silent. And this is really one thing to watch out for before you do buy this unit. If you are someone who can't really tolerate fan or white noise, then you probably won't be able to sleep with this unit. Even at silent, there was a bit of noise. Now, we use it at the regular setting every night, and the white noise sound to me actually helps put me to sleep because it sort of drowns out anything else in the environment, and it's just kind of a soothing sound in my opinion, but I know a lot of people out there probably won't like it. Now, on the website, they actually do specify the sound levels for the unit when it's on its 3 settings. And at the regular setting, it sits at about 60 decibels if you're measuring that sound from 30 centimeters away from the unit. And I found this to be pretty accurate when using a decibel meter next to the unit, as you can see here. So the ideal scenario, if you wanted to reduce that white noise, would be to put the OOLER unit under your bed if you have space under your bed. But for us, we don't have any space under our bed, so we need to put the unit on the side. But as I said, the white noise doesn't bother me. In fact, it has actually helped me sleep, so it's kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. In terms of power consumption, on the website, it says that for 1 unit, you're roughly going to consume about 500 kilowatt hours of power per year. If I use 30 cents per kilowatt hour as a conservative guide, each unit will be using about 150 Australian dollars of electricity per year, which isn't too bad in my opinion, especially because, you know, it's just going to improve your sleep. Bear in mind that for this particular model, there is 2 units. So that would equate to about $300 per year on electricity just to run this every single night. Now, in terms of how well the Chilipad OOLER actually cools the bed, I'd say it does a really good job. If you're on the silent mode, it's going to struggle a little bit more. especially on a hot night, it will struggle to get that temperature down. So you need to use, the regular or the boost setting to pull that temperature down on your mattress. We have found though that on the hottest nights, the mattress alone probably isn't enough. So it is comfortable, but if the ambient temperature around you is still, really, really high and humid, then you still will be uncomfortable because it's only, the surface that is cool and not that air around you. So we have found that on the very hottest nights, an air conditioner still is required in order to sleep comfortably. But on your more mild nights, just having the ability to set the right temperature is worth it in itself. Those super hot nights are only for a small period of the year anyway, so it's not really that much of an issue. What I'm more concerned about is just having a consistent temperature throughout the majority of the year whilst sleeping. So to sum things up, I'm really impressed with the Chilipad OOLER, and I can't imagine sleeping without it, which is saying quite a bit. I think it really has improved my quality of sleep, and same with my wife, she's really enjoyed it as well. It does have some downsides though, so it's not for everyone. If you can't sleep with white noise or a fan noise, then this product definitely isn't for you. And I really would have liked it if they had Wi-Fi and smart home integration. Anyway, that's my unboxing and overview of the Chilipad OOLER. If you have any questions about this product, then leave them in the comments below. I'll leave a link to this product below if you want to check it out as well. Cheers, and I'll see you guys next time on DT Unboxed.